Welcome to the channel. Today I will make for you a short retelling of Woody Allen's awe-inspiring comedy. The movie tells about the lives of some guests and residents of Rome, as well as their romances, adventures, and the predicaments they get into. I look forward to your likes, subscriptions to my channel, and comments about the movie. The movie begins with sunny, warm, and enchanting shots of Rome. Breaking down the fourth wall, a traffic cop talks about his job and the people passing by. We watch a Roman named Michelangelo, who is helping a tourist named Haley. The pair start spending a lot of time together and the girl says it feels like a love affair about Italy. The action moves on to another young couple. Antonio and Millie got married in a small town and came to Rome for their honeymoon. In addition, there is a famous American architect in town who decided to stay here briefly during his vacation. And finally, the last character is Leopoldo, an ordinary middle-class Roman. The action returns to Michelangelo, who brings a girl to dinner to introduce her to his parents. Haley tells him that her family will soon be in Rome too. Meanwhile, the girl's slightly nervous parents are on an airplane. Jerry complains that the turbulence zone has started, and Phyllis asks him to be calmer. A husband and wife discuss their daughter's fiancé. The action shifts to the newlyweds preparing to meet Antonio's uncle and aunt, who are going to hire him. Millie goes to a salon to have her hair styled, following the confusing directions of a hotel employee. At this time, the friends of John, an architect, learn that some time ago he resided in Rome. The man does not want to inspect the ruins, and goes for a walk along the ornate and charming streets of the city. On the street, the hero meets a guy named Jack, who is also studying to be an architect, and together they go to the place where John used to live. The action moves to the house of Leopoldo, who has breakfast with his son, and asks his wife to be more frugal. The man's life is pretty ordinary. He works in an office, goes to the movies, but he is hardly paid attention to. Jerry and Phyllis check into a hotel and wait to meet their daughter. Finally, Haley and Michelangelo show up. The guy tells them that he is a lawyer for the poor. The skeptical Jerry doesn't like it, and he starts talking about his work and productions, thus boring the guests. At this time, Millie tries to find out the way from passers-by, while Antonio nervously waits for the girl, looking at his watch. The hero calls his spouse, but she accidentally drops the phone into a storm drain. Meanwhile, Jack brings the architect to his house and introduces him to Sally. The girl says that her friend Monica, who broke up with her boyfriend, is coming to visit them. A frustrated Millie wanders around Rome trying to get to the right place. There is a knock at Antonio's room, but on the doorstep suddenly appears charming Anna, who says that his friends have already paid her. The hero tries in vain to explain that she has confused him with someone else, and suddenly his family enters the room. Antonio has to pretend that Anna is his young wife. When they leave, the man asks the girl to pretend to be his wife for a while longer. Jack goes to the airport with his new friend and girlfriend to meet Monica. John notices that there must have been a spark between them, although the guy denies it. At home, Monica communicates with Jack and tells him about her love adventures. The guy is mesmerized by the new acquaintance. Monica suggests a walk, and John says that Sally must go with them, otherwise it will be a disaster. We return to Antonio, who as usual says goodbye to the children and leaves for work. However, reporters suddenly jump on him near his car. Before he has time to realize it, they put him in a beautiful car and take him to the studio. During the broadcast, Antonio talks about his breakfast, feeling confused. At home, his wife enthusiastically embraces the man and says that he is a celebrity. Meanwhile, Haley's parents search for Michelangelo's father's house. Upon seeing that he's an undertaker, Jerry is horrified and says he's scared to imagine who his mother is. After saying hello to Giancarlo, and hearing that he's been working all day, the hero looks at his hand doubtfully. Haley and her husband show up, and Jerry hears his father-in-law singing in the shower and notes that he has a great voice. At dinner, the characters discuss Italy and its beauty. Suddenly, Jerry asks if Giancarlo has ever practiced singing, and is very surprised to hear a negative answer. He persistently suggests that the Italian records something in the studio, but Michelangelo explains that his father is shy and sings only for himself. A tired Millie tries in vain to find out how to get to the hotel, but cannot remember its name. Antonio goes down to the lobby with Anna. The family delicately asks if the girl has a more decent dress, but the heroine replies that her luggage was lost on the train. While the young couple is given a tour, Millie suddenly sees her favorite actress and learns that a movie with famous actors is being filmed here. Meanwhile, Sally, getting ready for work, asks Jack to take his mind off the blueprint and show Monica the Colosseum. The hero agrees, and together with a new acquaintance discusses the history of the Roman Empire and the architectural grandeur of the building. On a walk, Monica impresses the guy with her knowledge, but John unhappily explains that she is trying to appear more knowledgeable than she is. The next day, a concerned Sally says her friend needs to be set up with someone. We return to Antonio, who unexpectedly gets a separate office at work and a pretty secretary as a gift. Reporters ask the hero strange questions about how he sleeps, what he likes to eat, and the man slightly embarrassed answers them while giving autographs. Together with his wife, Antonio goes to the premiere of the movie, where the big movie stars gather. Reporters are delighted by his wife Sophie's old costume, and even by the arrows on her tights. The man himself unexpectedly gets the number of a famous and beguiling actress. The action shifts to Jack, who has set Monica up with his friend Leonardo. Slightly caustic John asks why the young man is so sad today, and the guy admits that he feels sympathy for the heroine. Learning that Leonardo is going to meet with Monica again, Jack becomes even more jealous. Meanwhile, Jerry continues to seduce his father-in-law with a wonderful career and the performance of the opera Pagliacci. Giancarlo replies that he has always dreamed of performing it and agrees to try. However, at the rehearsal, the hero is very nervous, and when he returns home, he asks for forgiveness. An angry Michelangelo says he saw it coming, and Phyllis explains that her husband is looking for an excuse to come out of retirement. Jerry protests as he hears Giancarlo singing again and suddenly realizes that he only sounds so gorgeous in the shower. The action returns to Millie. The girl meets an actor whom she has always admired and has an embarrassing conversation with him. Suddenly, the man proposes to have dinner together, which pleasantly surprises Millie, and she immediately agrees. The heroes come to dinner at the restaurant, where Antonio is already there, spending time with Anna and his family. Noticing his wife with a famous actor, Antonio comes to a state of shock and discreetly observes the couple. The actor offers Millie to watch the filming, as he is interested in her opinion of his work. The whole family touchingly watches their interaction, and Antonio falls off his chair, wanting to watch his wife. Meanwhile, reporters continue to pester Leopoldo, filming him even at home. The man attends fashion shows and even dines at a restaurant with a model. John, Jack, and his girlfriends have dinner together at a restaurant. The architect again notices that Monica is acting like a pseudo-intellectual person. The heroine suggests visiting the ruins at night. A thunderstorm begins, and Jack notices that Monica is insanely beautiful in the rain and moonlight. The couple's budding conversation is interrupted by John. Jerry, meanwhile, decides to organize a shocking and groundbreaking production where Giancarlo sings on stage while in a shower stall. This sensational production is a success. At the party, Michelangelo and his mother protest against touring and developing his father's talent, although the man has dreamed of performing Pagliacci all his life. The action moves to Antonio, who together with Anna finds himself at an open party of high society. The girl sees many of his acquaintances and promises not to give them away to their wives. Later, Anna calms the nervous Antonio and suggests privacy. Monica and Jack cook dinner together, waiting for Sally to arrive. After drinking wine, the heroes become more liberated, and Jack kisses a girl. John tries to reason with the hero, but he does not succeed. Meanwhile, Antonio feels that the paparazzi are invading his life. He continues to wonder why he became famous. Anna and Antonio return from hiding, and the girl says that there is nothing wrong with what happened. Millie along with a man come to his hotel room, drink wine, and kiss. The upset girl says that she loves her husband and does not want to hurt him. However, the actor smilingly says that life is too short, and it is unlikely that she will ever have another chance to commit such madness. Jack and Monica meet secretly and want to tell everything to Sally after the girls' exams. Antonio continues to struggle with reporters. Suddenly, however, the paparazzi run to an unassuming man, and the hero realizes that he is free from the curse of fame. This knowledge thrills him. The action shifts to Sally having dinner after final exams with Monica and her boyfriend. John again tries to enlighten his young friend when Monica learns that she has landed a major role. The girl tells him how happy she is, contradicting everything she used to tell Jack. Millie in the bathtub still decides to give herself to the actor when she is suddenly attacked by a robber. Coming out, he demands to give all the money and valuables, but suddenly there is a knock on the door. The actor realizes that it is his spouse, and all the characters are in confusion, thinking how to get out of this strange situation. The robber along with Millie goes to bed, and the star hides in the bathroom. The reporters and the spouse, not finding the actor inside, leave annoyed. After they leave, the rescued man warmly thanks the robber and gives him his jewelry. Millie admires the bandit and has a conversation with him that grows over time into something more. Jack has a sad conversation with John, but the architect says that people like Monica only drag others down. The men reach the place where they met and are about to say goodbye. Antonio, walking with his wife, has a renewed need to become famous and shouts his name in hopes of being recognized. Millie finally returns to the hotel and meets Antonio there. She tells part of her misadventures, and suddenly the man says he wants to move back to their small town. Antonio explains that he doesn't want to pretend to be someone working for his relatives, but would rather live a less rich but happy life. The action moves to the opera house where Pagliacci is being performed. An anxious Jerry watches what is happening. His protege, Giancarlo, appears on stage, singing in the shower once again. The unusual and creative staging and the man's pure voice impress the audience, and the audience applauds enthusiastically. Back home, Giancarlo says he is satisfied with his life and will not perform again. Jerry is also pleased with the hype that has happened and the play's violent reaction. The movie ends with a man reappearing in the window, saying that Rome holds many wonderful stories. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.